What's going on, everybody? I'm Susu. For those of you that don't know, welcome to the show. I know sometimes it gets a little bit boring because I'm just sitting here in the same fucking environment. I apologize for that. But maybe next time I'll shoot on the stage or in the other room or in the other room. I mean, there's 3 rooms, a stage, a fucking club for the most part out there. I should probably change it and go sit in there. This is just comfortable because it's where I make all my music and stuff. But I'll think about that. I'll definitely try. And I used to do them at my house so I could do more of them. But Lord, now with all the kids there, my God, they'd be trying to tell you guys how to trade stock. So I wanted to show you something. I have a feeling I want to show you really quick one big play that I think is coming up. Now, the reason why I have to point this out because some of you guys like to play options and you like to do risky shit like I do, and it's definitely something I'm gonna play. If it gets there, I'm doing it, dude. I'm doing it so bad. I'm doing it. All right, so right here, look at Facebook. We're on a 3-month chart right here. You can see 3 months. 3 months. Each candle's only worth 1 day. So it's not until I get to 6 months that the candles go to 1 week. So the 6 month and my 1 year, 1 week candles, 5 year, 1 month candles, and then everything from 1 day to 1 day's 15-minute candles, 5 day, 30-minute candles, and then 1 month and 3 month is 1 day candles. So look at the reason why I'm doing this, I kind of want to show you something here. So by looking at all the falling that's already taken place, and why this going up doesn't mean shit in terms of like this doesn't guarantee it's on like hit some bottom, it's going up. This thing's just essentially just still a bounce. But let me show you where the bounce, if it goes here, and this is why I like this, because look what this would mean. This is essentially, look at how it works, and this is what I love about it. If you actually bring it all the way up, you got to go like almost like that right there. Okay, look, so you get, this works as like support for this one and support for that one, and then resistance for this one, resistance for that one, and now resistance for that one. So you have 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top, okay, in terms of these 2 on top and then these 3 on the bottom, and now it's coming back up. So right here, okay, right here, if Facebook happens to get to 175, I would buy the one. And let's find out what the price should be. We're going to duplicate this last. We're going to let's get rid of all these little things right here and just get the arrow in place. Let's highlight that right there. Duplicate that, and then let's bring it right here. Because remember, I said Facebook should be worth 175, like 170, I mean. And then it went there. And now I'm feeling like, maybe it should be going where it should go and then back down for a little while. So look. If it does it, I would be expecting to see something along the lines of, if you tighten this up, just tighten it to like right there, because then it covers that one. That one came very close. This one touched. I mean, that's a good trend line. It's definitely going. It definitely has a shape right there. And look at how it's working. It's like boom, goes back to the middle, and every time it touches, though, it has a big. So it touched right there. Look, it reversed all the way back to the bottom. I got to zoom in a little bit further because you really got to see this. So when it actually touched there, it reverted to the bottom. When it actually almost like really close, it reverted to the bottom. When it touched right here, it reverted to the bottom. Well, it's about to touch here somewhere. Where it's going to be, I have no idea, but it could be like in this range right here. That put it at like 175, 176. Once it gets there, if it reverts to the bottom becomes like 162. So at like 175, you want to go and buy the 165 puts. And the reason why is because I feel like the reversion downward will be quite fast. Now, there's another reason for looking at all that and seeing that, man. So let's take a look at what that 175, what else? Remember I told you about these like 3-prong, 4-prong strikes? Let's look what 175 looks like going across here. Let's make it blue. And let's go to that mid-range one right there. So look what's there. Right here, it was resistance there and it was support there. When it finally broke that, look, it tried to come up, it almost got back above it there and it couldn't do it. Look at the drop back down once it fell back through. Deep drop. Look, bounced off of what is now the top trend line, went all the way back here, and then crashed deep through that trend line. Deep through it. And now look what you got. Now, one of the amazing things about this is if you look at it from that range, you actually have that blue line that blue line, I'm going to get back and erase this. I just want to show you really quick. Let's put that there. That blue line is going to coincide with that touch up here, right here. So when it does, that'll be like the 175, 176 range. That will coincide with that. So let's say that happens. Let's say it goes there tomorrow or Thursday. That would mean if it goes there like tomorrow or Thursday, if it actually gets there in that time frame, you'd have next week to bet against it. You could just bet against it. You could call 165 puts for next Friday, expiration next week. Because if you did that, the drop down to 169, 168, which could happen in a day or two from the 176 touch. I mean, as soon as it goes from 176 to 170, you're already going to be at like 150% return. Okay? So if it goes anywhere near that 165 in like 2 days, you're going to have like a 300% return. So it's worth the shot. I'm not saying go on and put all your money on it. I'm simply saying watch this once. So I'm going to set an alert right now, and this is how I set my alerts. Right here. I go here. See that button right there? The one with the little bell notification right there. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to go there at or above 175, because that's when I want to start watching it. So when it's at or above 175, I want to know about it, because as soon as that happens is when I'm going to bet against it. I mean, it won't happen right then. I'll look at it. Then I'll chart that picture and look and see, did it touch it yet? Soon as it touches it or goes near it, as soon as it gets that blue line and that top trend line pointing, that upward trend line, the top part, that black line I showed you, and then the blue line, as soon as it gets in there, I'm going to be going against it. Now let's see what else coincides with that. Remember, this is an options play for between 200 to 500%. What else is there? Okay, so that will probably mean, let's look at the 5-year. Look at this line here. I mean, it could potentially even take you, I mean, wow, it's so close. Look, that 173 was right there. It had trouble passing that. So the 176.66. So, all right, so that's something we like right there. We like it because look what that just gave us. Let's take a picture of this really quick, and let's draw a line across that 176.66 range, about there, 176.66. It was like right here. Okay, so draw that across, and let's see. 176.66. Look at all the stuff that coincides with that. Okay? Look at this. Right here, we have when it did pass that on this candle right here. Look where it went back to. It went back to that. Look right here. That was a resistance point for that. It was a resistance point there. It was support here for a month. It was resistance here on these ones right here. It was resistance for this one, and this one for a month. It worked as resistance. It worked as support there. Okay. It came down. Look what it came. When it finally broke through, look, it worked as resistance here. Once it went through there, it never went back above it that month. It went to the next month before it got through it. Here, when it came back up, it was going straight to that line, needed to break through that line. And then when it came back down after it was way up here, it dropped down, and look what it did. Right to that line, that 176.66. Look right here, 176.66. So that worked for support there and there. I mean, you're seeing why this line could be absolutely crucial in terms of betting against it. Also, depending on how long it gets there, these lines could revert down a tiny bit more and be working as a bit of let's see what 60. I mean, even this blue line might begin to bend up and come to that range. This will not make it down there in time for sure. But look right there. Look what else is there. Here, when you get a picture of this, look right there. All you got to do is take this, pull that up, and look what you got there. I mean, realistically, take this up to like right there, 178, but I want it like right here, because look what's over here. 6 months ago, on a weekly basis, look, it was support there. It was total support there. Look what it was. It was support right here. And when it finally did break, that was the one that broke. In terms of when that broke, when that 176.66 range broke, that was the catastrophic break that caused it to drop downward. And now it's been fighting its way back up, and look what it's about to get to. And that coincides with all the other stuff I just showed you. That range I was showing you. The chart that I was showing you, that's like that upward trajectory. that channel that's pointing up, and that's the next touch that channel along with that blue line on the 1 month, in addition to the 5 year, and addition to the 6 month. You're seeing a lot of stuff pointing at that, and that's also right here around these EMA lines. I mean, it's just a dollar or two above it, just a dollar or two above it. So at 176.60 range, I'll buy puts. I'll play the 165 puts once it gets there, and we'll see what happens. So I set my alert. We'll see what happens. I have an alert for at or above 175, so I can start watching it then. And on that day, let's say it went to 175 that day, and then I see at 176 it breaks to the top of the Bollinger Band on the one-day chart like this. Like it does this right here. And does something right here like this. Let's say it's right here, and then all of a sudden it breaks through the top of the Bollinger Band right there, and like it's at 176.66 and outside of the Bollingers. That's where I'll make my bet against it, and then I'll hope that the play goes my way. Well, not all your money, but that's what I'll do and see what happens there. So there's a quick option play in the way I play options. Instead of using the Greeks, I use that stuff, and then we see how that works for us, all right? So there's that, and I'm going to make another video right after this. All right, peace.